Good morning. Welcome. Price analysis on Metis today to have a look what's been going on really. I mean, we've done a video about a week or two ago and we were looking at this area up here to potentially take some profit. I actually had some sell orders around here, around 39. So all those sell orders hit. I took out my initial investment and then left it all in profit now. So I'm still holding a decent chunk, not as much as I want. Metis, we have got probably about 250 Metis in the tank, and we're looking to add more depending on what goes on. I mean, it's CPI data today over in the US, so whether that's bullish or bearish, it's unknown what the markets are going to react like. And if Bitcoin does push to the upside, we're going to get some nice bounces on altcoins too. I mean, look at this. Every man and his dog on Twitter saying, "Oh, look at this pullback here. We've hit resistance." Blah blah blah. It just is what it is, isn't it? I mean, look at that. We got to here and we've come down to here. It's not a fucking massive move, is it? We've been up to 24/7 and we've been down and tested 22,700. I think everyone's just getting a little bit too excited about price action. We was in this range for a while. We broke out of it twice, come back up, and look at this. You can see this previous range high is the support at 22,500-ish. So I'm not too worried. To be honest, I'm not even too fussed what the price does at a minute. I'm happily accumulating, and that's why I'm accumulating Metis. So Metis, I mean, I did take profit there, and I was waiting for a pullback, but I've just been starting to just feed a little bit of surplus capital into this currently, and just trying to build a big position up. I mean, it is looking like we're going to come back down and retest this area where I sold up at $39. So I mean, as you can see, we've had a push up into this major level of resistance, which I marked before. I don't think we've been there before. We know, not on this chart anyway. So I looked there and I thought, look, that's a decent level to take profit. I didn't take profit because I took it below, but I was just making people aware that that was a decent area. I think I put a chart over on Twitter mentioning levels to potentially sell. Now we'll look at some levels to potentially buy. I mean, look at this from the bottom. This is one of the biggest moves from the bottom I've seen so far. From the very lows to the very highs, you've done a 250% move. If you're looking at some of the top 10, the top 50 even, we're looking between 50 and 90% rises. So Metis, it is showing strength from them lows, and for me, I think this is going to be a standout asset going over the course of the next few years. Whether we're above or not, I think we will start to see significant gains on Metis. Layer 2's way ahead at the minute. So let's have a look at some buys. We've had a 250% rise. Profit taking has happened on the way up, as you can see here. Profit taking. You get what I mean? So areas of profit have been taken. If we look at this in terms of an entire move, in terms of all the Fibonacci levels, where's my fib? So if you look at the entire move here, I mean, if you're looking for potential buys over that major move, you could look at $36. Could be a decent area for you to take, but if we drop down to a lower time frame, say the 4 hourly, we'll analyse this latest move here. Remember, this previous level of support or resistance, which is now support at 39.24, is a decent level to potentially buy. But if you look at the entire move here from the bottom to the top, we actually lost that 382 level a few times, but you can see we hit it nice and precisely there. We use it as a resistance there, and it's currently a level of resistance 42.86 is that level of resistance we need to blast through. But I still think there's a good chance if the market does drop, maybe if we get a bit of a sharp wick down due to any bullshit narrative that comes out, then I look at 38.59. So potentially ladder orders in from around 39 all the way down to potentially the 786 or around 35.55. If it does come down to 35.55, I think I'm going to throw kitchen sink it and just start buying up. Whether it goes down afterwards, sorry, wrong way. If it goes down afterwards and it comes back down to test these levels again, then it is what it is. My buys will be underwater, but I'm not really bothered. I mean, you're buying assets for growth. You're buying assets for the fundamentals, and the fundamentals stack up for Metis. So if I buy here and the price ends up going back down here, then shit happens, don't it? But ultimately, we are going to go back to the upside. So if you're an investor, you've got to be prepared to buy and then ride the storm, whether that's up or down. Or if it's going up, and that is a storm that you want to be riding, but if it's going down, you just got to sit here on your hands and be patient. Remember, if you are investing in assets, they are going to go down at some point. Don't put everything into it which you have. I mean, you've got to live, haven't you? You've got to use money that you don't necessarily require for daily living. So just a bit of advice there: don't throw everything in it, hoping it's going to go up when there's a good chance that the market could come down. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be down $14 again, but you just never know, do you, with these markets. We've got recession looming, we've got potential more hacks going on, scams. There's just so many narratives that can push against crypto rather than the positives. For me personally, I think crypto is that hedge against the current traditional financial systems. Whether we are still early to see a major rise, that is yet to be seen. But for me, lucky enough, I've got enough capital to buy and see it go down, knowing the fact that eventually the asset is going to go to the upside. And that's not just for Metis. Some other assets have been buying. VeChain, it's a longer term asset which has seen some significant drops recently, but it's an asset I've been buying. What else have I been buying? I've been buying some eGold, Elrond, EGLD. I've been buying that. So I think that is a fundamentally strong asset too. So these are assets that I'm buying. So we've mentioned buy zones there. Anywhere from 38.59 down to 31. Don't go up balls deep because you know the price could still continue to go down. If we're looking at profit taking, we can use these, well, on the lower time frame, if we stick to this and you're looking to accumulate or take even bits of profit, use 54.67 and 60.97 as your levels to accumulate to take profit. Beyond this level, once we get back above here, I think the next major level is around here, as you can see. We had a nice wick to the downside there, and that was a major support and resistance of low. That's around $80, so it's a long way off yet. I mean, if the price did jump up from there to here, you're talking about another, let's say, about 85% move from current prices. So that's something that we should look to try and aim for over the course of the next few weeks and months, depending on what goes on the beast Bitcoin. So levels to buy were mentioned down here. Levels to sell, use these extensions on the fib at 54 and 60, and then a major level up here around $80. I think that could be a decent level to take some profit. Just beware of ever since those lows. The RSI has started to churn up, and we have hit a few oversold territory. It's not a major selling indicator, but as you can see, when we did peak up on the daily time frame to here, we did get a drop down, but then we just got that draw straight back up. So RSI did push up to the upside, and you can see we're getting a little bit of a cool off period, but again, we're just following Bitcoin's action at the minute. Over the course of the last probably month, we've actually gone against the flow of Bitcoin. I know Bitcoin has been making gains, but not as significant as Metis. So I think that when Bitcoin does pull a major move, Metis is going to really push hard. So that's it. That's my thoughts on Bitcoin. That's my thoughts on Metis today. If you're new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed, hit that like button, and I'll catch you next time.